What's good, Slim? Hey, today we got a crazy transformation, and as y'all can see, I'ma get right to it. Bruh, this is my little brother, and he ain't had a cut in 2, 3, 4, maybe months, and this man still got waves underneath of that. That's crazy. But anyway, man, I dug right in with that 1.5 guard, and as you can see, this boy's still wavy. It's crazy. Now, I usually would have went in with like a number 2 guard or something just to be safe. But like I said, this is my little brother, so I'm already familiar with his head texture and where his hair grow funny at and things like that. But when you doing let's say this is a first time client, always go in with a guard higher than you actually trying to use, just so it can leave some, just some margin of error there, just in case, you go in and it's too light. But yeah, man, I'm bringing him down even all the way around with the 1.5 guard. 1.5 guard closed, not my 1 guard open. This is a 1.5 guard and it's closed. And I'm just going in with the grain, just trying to make sure I'm digging in but not creating any unwanted light spots. Now you guys can see on his side, he don't have waves on the side because his side grows different from the top portion of his head. So he gotta understand that the way that I'm combing, I'm cutting backwards on that side. That's the way he need to brush to get some waves there. But like on the side and the back area, it's gonna be some light spots, due to his do-rag and just him not brushing properly throughout this woof process. But at the end of the day, he still got waves, and I can't wait for you guys to see the end of this. And he actually got some soft hair. I don't know if you guys can tell from the video, but his hair is real soft, so you just want to take your time and be nice and delicate. He also has light corners and a crazy front line just like me. My dad, man, he blessed us with that crazy line right there. But yeah, man, as you can see on the sides, man, you can see that it's lighter on the sides, but it's okay. You want to make sure like the base and the body of everything is nice and thick and full, because I'm gonna do a high temp fade on them, and I'm gonna fade the back, so I'm gonna blend all of those light areas in. Guys, please don't forget, guys, if you made it this far through the video, please subscribe to the channel. It costs $0 to subscribe and show support to the channel, guys. The only way I'm gonna be able to keep this thing going is if we get some traction and start growing, guys. So please subscribe to the channel, like and comment. If it's any type of video that I haven't posted yet and you want to see me do a video on it, just leave it in the comments and I got you. Alright guys, so I'm going right there with that ball line for this neck fade. As you can see, I went up high, a little high, because his neck hair grow almost down his back. So I went up to where like a regular, where a regular neckline would stop, if that makes sense. Now guys, you don't have to make this line perfect, but you want it to try to at least get it as even as possible without spending too much time on it. But this is my last cut of the day, and I'm actually recording a video on this, so I'm trying to take my time throughout this entire haircut. Alright guys, so next we're gonna go back in with that 1.5 guard open against the grain. but I believe, yeah, so I'm gonna go. I saw some areas that was a little darker that I can just go with the grain with. Always remember, when you going with the grain, it's gonna cut off less hair than if you go against the grain. So if I bring it down with a 1.5 guard close, I know I can use a 1.5 guard open to scoop up in that area, and it won't create a line. It'll start to blend. So if I use the 2 guard to bring it down, that high area on the neck, I would take a 2 open and scoop out. So if I bring it down with a 1, I'm gonna take a 1.5 and scoop out. If that make any sense. So we going in with that 1.5 guard open, just debulking that neck area, just trying to get it to blend in with the top. As you can see, I'm gonna take turns going with and against the grain just to get a nice blended look there. That's gonna help my fading process by not starting it off with a bushy canvas. Now I'm going in with that no guard open, 0, whatever you want to call it, to create my first guideline. I'm making the guidelines kind of wide again because he has a long neck, no diddy, so I can make the sections a lot bigger so it can have a better blur effect. Alright guys, so always remember, we're gonna go from open to close. You can go open, halfway, close, whichever you feel most comfortable with, but make sure you go from open to close, and that's gonna work that line out. And when I'm doing the neck area, I'm not too geeking to get that line out like at the beginning, because I know I can go back and finish cleaning up that bottom line and get it all the way gone. But right now I'm going back in with the 1.5 guard just so I can debulk that area a little better. The more you cut, you will start knowing which guards you need for each, section of the cut. You will already know what you need without even having to think about it. Alright guys, now we gonna go in with that 1 guard open. That 1 guard open is going to further lighten that area. I'm not creating a guideline with this guard, I'm just debulking. That's it. I'm blending it into that top line, just so I don't have a bunch of lines to have to get out to fade. So I'm gonna go with that 1 guard as always, from open to close. It's best to get that area, even whether it's the side or the back, get it as smooth as you can get it before you start to fade it, and that will help the fade process. Oh yeah guys, always remember, after every couple strokes, make sure you comb so you can put the hair back into place. Because once you just raking it with the clippers, you're not seeing where the hair is falling once you comb it. So cut and comb, basically cut and comb, and you'll see I do that process throughout the entire cut. You gotta cut and comb. Keep that comb in your other hand. Also guys, another habit that I noticed I do, each guard I always go with the grain and against the grain. When I'm going with the grain, I'm probably going a little higher up just to blend it a little more. I'm still trying to figure out exactly why I do that. Again guys, I'm learning as well as I go. So as I teach you guys, I'm learning as I'm learning. I'm teaching you guys as I'm learning. So yeah, just go with it and then against it as well. And when you trying to attack a dark spot, it's better to use the corner of the clipper. Alright, y'all, I'm about to tell y'all something funny right here. Cause why I thought that I had a 0 guard on here, but I actually don't. This is still a 1 guard, right? I didn't notice it until like 10 minutes after this, like when I was done the side, when I needed the 0 guard for the side temp. That's when I noticed that this wasn't a 0 guard in my pocket. So I'm combing and I'm cutting, right? And I'm like, wow, I can go up the zero. In my mind, I'm thinking like, hold on, I'm going up this high with the 0, and it's not creating a line. But I'm just so locked in, I wasn't even tripping. So I took the 1 guard off and just got that bottom section out without even using a 0 guard. I just kind of scooped the corner wise and got that line out without even using a 0 guard. So the better you get, the less guards you're gonna need actually, and that will eventually speed up your cut time using less guards. But yeah, guys, I did this neck fade without even using a 0 guard. Now guys, notice when I go back to this no guard, now watch how I'm flicking out. That's how you skip the 0 guard. You gotta flick that area out, because if I go straight into it, it's gonna create a line. Now I'm doing this unconsciously, not even knowing that I didn't even use my 0, but based on how dark that area is, I know that I have to scoop out using that guard. So I'm gonna just work around with this no guard and just try to blend this neck area up a little better. So it's gonna take me a little more time. Now guys, one thing I can say, if I would have used that 0 guard, not only do I feel like it would have came out a little better, but it would have took me less time, because I wouldn't have had to be as cautious as I was in that area. But yeah, it's blending together pretty good. And guys, you see those light areas like above the neck fade, like that's just from him not thoroughly brushing, like with deep brush sessions. And once I combed it down, it's just like it exposed those areas of hair that wasn't laying down like the rest. So if you gonna woof out like this, guys, make sure you brushing a lot, guys, if you have waves, and that will help prevent those light areas throughout his wave pattern. But now we going in with this side temp fade. We started out with the bar line, just like we do everything else, guys. Yeah, I asked him did he want to keep the chops, but he said nah, go ahead, cut them off. I was gonna cut them off anyway, because that's my brother. So yeah, he said go ahead and cut them off. And guys, we just gonna continue to do what we did, which is debulk that area with the 1.5 guard open, scooping into that top dark area. And then I'm gonna slowly but surely close it, and repeat those same stuff with the 1 guard. Then we're gonna repeat it with the 0 guard. Then we're gonna repeat it with the no guard. Okay? It's that simple. Set your guideline in, no guard. After we already debulk with the 1.5, we're gonna scoop that line out with the 1 guard from open to close. After every so often, make sure you recomb that area down. Alright? It's that simple. Guys, at the end of the day, if you know anything about me, I'm not looking for any handouts. Everything that I got in the barber industry and everything else in life, I work hard for it. I try to be the best at anything that I do. But I'm definitely gonna need you guys' help and support with growing this channel. So again, if you made it this far in the video, make sure you like, comment, and please subscribe and turn on the bell notifications, guys. I'm gonna be breaking these steps down to you guys as simple as you can do it. It's not gonna get any easier than the techniques that I'm gonna show you guys. Alright? Guys, when you cutting a waver also, you gotta remember not to dig in too far and too high up into his waves. Cause if I start fading into the waves look any more than I am, it's gonna start to look like he have lines in the fade. Because the way that his hair gonna be laying down. So that's why you don't wanna dig up too far into his waves, and then you literally gonna have to cut his wave out to get out that existing line that you see. Like you will see one like above, like in the top by his side barb there, but that's like a wave. So I'm a blend it out a little more, but I'm not going to dig too far into it because I don't want to like cut his waves off, if that make any sense. As y'all can see, that fade coming together real good, nice and smooth how I wanted it to. And you gotta know what you looking for when you cutting different type of hair textures and hairstyles. I know that he have waves and has light spots around his fade, but you just gotta try to blend those spots in as best you can. Alright, so we're gonna do the same thing on this side, and I'm just gonna speed it up a little faster so we can, you know, get through the process a little quicker. Now guys, on this side, you'll notice that his hair grows to the back on his side. So you'll notice me cutting toward, angling the clipper toward like his forehead, so I can cut that area, because if I go just straight up, it won't blend. So I have to blend that side in, like going up towards his forehead area. That's why I'm angling the clippers that way, because that's the way his hair grow on that side. Guys, I don't know about you, but I'm definitely satisfied the way this area is just starting to come together. Like, that's what you do it for. Going from where I started to where I'm going when I finish, guys. That's what you do it for. These type of results here. Alright guys, you're gonna see me debulk his mustache with the 1.5 guard, the same guard that I use for the top of his head. Now I do that a lot, guys, because I hate when I have the top of somebody's head super dark and then his mustache is real light. So I kinda like want those to be on the same level. So that's just something that I do. You don't have to do it, it's up to you. Another reason I did that, because like his mustache hair is like his top hair is kind of like fine, and if you cut it down too low it'll start to look patchy, so it's hard to get that crisp line. But now you guys gonna see me add some mousse to his hair, not too much. As you can see, you're gonna do it lightly so his hair don't move and start to curl up. Once you start to curl up a wave his hair, you have to lay it back down, guys, or the entire cut is gonna be messed up. So to prevent that, just add your mousse lightly, and then you don't even have to use the do-rag. You can just go over top it with the blow dry like you see me doing now, and just laying it down. Alright guys, sometimes I use my hot towel if like the client hair isn't as clean, but he washed his hair, so I just use that alcohol to clean up the areas. And then you guys gonna see I'm spraying them with some holding spray, and I always add a little to the mustache area too. That helps create a sharper mustache line. But you want to spray the entire head with a little holding spray with the waves as well, because that helps lay the hair down and make his waves just pop a little when you add that holding spray and use your glove to just lay the hair down. Now you can see like his waves are starting to pop out a little more. But now guys, this is my favorite part of the cut, guys. The shape up, outline, line up, whatever you guys call it. This is my favorite part, hands down, because this is how you put the final pieces to the puzzle here. You're gonna just go around. You don't have to rush. I sped the video up, but I'm actually moving a lot slower just so I don't make any mistakes, because you don't want to dig in somewhere and then you gotta push this line back to straighten it. So now I'm going on to the other side, just adding a little slight line there. You don't want to dig in too much. Sometimes you might have to go over it a few times, because I got my trimmer set to where the point they sharp, but they not like too sharp, because I don't want to cut someone. So I keep them like right behind the steel blade, the moving blade right behind the steel blade. And I'm gonna slow it down here so you guys can see how I do his front line. Once I get to that area, I'm gonna slow it down. But again, remember, I add the holding spray to his mustache, and watch how you see how his mustache, like, it has that same crunch and sharp line as you want his hairline to have. That's why I always add a little holding spray to the mustache. That's another gem or trick that I haven't seen anyone on YouTube post or say that they did. So yeah, I'm the first one, like Soldier Boy. I'm the first barber to put holding spray on the mustache to make the line sharper. Alright guys, so I added those vertical bars in, and now you're gonna see me you're gonna see me add that front line in now. Now, based upon his hairline, I have to push that line back a little just to make it appear straight. Now, I slowed it back down so you can see the actual tempo and how long it's gonna take me to do that front line, because it's just so important. It's the most important part of that shape up. Okay, so I'm gonna take my time going from the middle across. I'm not digging too high into the light spots, but I'm digging enough to where I can create a solid line to where he leave and wash his face or something, then it look like he don't have a shape up. So you don't want to push him back far, but you want to lift that line up to where it's a strong point. It's the same way if you were cutting long hair. When you cutting the hair, you going to take that long hair and match it up to the short hair. So it's the same effect when you're doing a shape up. You have to bring that line up to the lowest point, highest point, to make it appear straight and full. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna just take my time, guys. It's gonna take me a few minutes to get that line as straight and as sharp as I want it. But when you're doing that front line, you want to start to the middle, but you still want to kind of angle it like around, because you don't want it to look straight. You want it to look like it's going in like an oval motion, and then from the front that would appear straight. But if you just do a straight line across, depending on that forehead shape, it's going to look like you pushed them back too far. So always get that shape up like a little curvage as you go around his forehead into the corners. But just keep brushing, combing, whichever one you're using, and just keep chopping that overhead hang off. Now guys, once again, if you made it this far in the video, please hit that subscribe button. We trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. 1,000 subscribers. We at about 700 and I want to say like 29 now as I'm making this voiceover. And I'm just trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, guys. So if you made it this far, again, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment on which type of cut or video you think I should do next, because I'm trying to literally drop a video every day for the next 30 days. If not minimum, I'm dropping that video every day this week. So each day I go into the shop, I'm gonna record some type of content to show you guys. But yeah, guys, his line is coming together now. You saw me go from the middle to his left side, then back around the middle to his right side, and that's how I'm connecting that hairline there. Again, guys, I'm just taking my time and just trying to get it to appear as straight as possible. Now, my brother, he hate enhancements. He never used enhancements. But I told him, minutes on recording them on this YouTube video, I wanted to add enhancements to his cut, and he said cool. But he hate enhancements. I don't know why, but this is his first time getting it. And please, if y'all don't leave me any other comments, let me know if he should have left this cut natural or if he should start adding enhancements to his cuts. Let me know if I'm right or he's right. Alright guys, now I'm going in with my air gun, just adding some slight enhancements to his cut. I'm not going to do too much, but I definitely wanted this cut to pop so you can get the full effect of it. As you can see, I'm not going super heavy on the spray. I'm just going enough to create a just a darker area there. It don't even have to be black, just fill it in a little bit better than it is now. As you can see, I didn't spray much in the front liner because his front of his hairline is pretty thick, so I was just trying to get those corners to like match up with it without having to spray too much. Now you're gonna see me just go around, spray a little around his ear to make that line and that neckline pop a little, and I'm gonna just try to spray in like some of his light spots just to blend it in and make it look a lot fuller. This is just gonna help with the finishing product. So now I'm just going in and spraying those lights areas in a little bit more than what they already are. And as you guys can see, man, this is the finishing product. Yeah, I saw what we started with, and this will be finished with. Again, guys, if you enjoyed this video, you locked in, you made it this long, man, please subscribe to the channel, like and comment, and just get ready for crazy fire content like this.